Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. So in this one we're going to be comparing the Hunt class mine countermeasures vessel, one that I built over a decade ago, over 10 years ago, and the one that I've been able to build this year in 2024. Now if you guys are new to the channel at all, we're here to help you build bigger and better, so if that's something you're interested in, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Also guys, if you want the tutorials for this one, I'll leave a link in the description so that you can go and grab those videos, have a look at both of those if you really want to have a look yourselves. Anyway, let's get onto the floor, let's get into Minecraft, and I will show you the differences between these two. So here we are guys in game, and I mean the first thing that you notice is just the size difference. Look how big this is compared to this, and they are the same ship. So a couple things, like back a decade ago, I was kind of, always wanted to be able to walk around ships. I was obsessed with this, so I actually made this one wider, and I did this with a lot of my old ships. I would, purposefully kind of push these out by an extra block just so I could walk around them. And the other thing is, of course, now we can actually crouch under stuff, so that helps a lot. So when you look at this one and you kind of go into here, admittedly I have to jump over that, but you can actually crouch underneath this, so we can just get this like 2 blocks high, whereas this one is 4 blocks high all the way up to the floor. How crazy is that? But yeah, the other thing I wanted to do is, of course, have, stairs, things like that going up. I couldn't even see it, my research changed a lot as well between those 10 years. Now I kind of do quite a bit of research beforehand, I just chill out, watch something on TV or whatever. I'm just there collecting pictures, collecting videos, just work them all together, get them all, and then I can get a really good idea. Whereas with these, I still hadn't really figured out what I wanted to do. Admittedly, with the Hunt class mine countermeasures vessel, one of the things that I found, again, when actually redoing this one right here, is that because they're from the 1980s and still in service today, there is so many pictures of them, and they've been modernized and modernized and modernized and refitted, and some of the ships are slightly different, and yeah, it's really, quite interesting. Right, let's have a little wander around the original anyway. Also, obviously, the block choice as well. Iron bars was my blocks of choice, either that or light grey wool, and then we got the concrete later in the game, so that just didn't exist back in the day. I was also using the Sphax texture pack, which I actually still love. It's a really nice, like, kind of cartoony kind of texture pack, and in that, these are like light grey as well, and they all join together. It's awesome with connected textures. But yeah, on this one we have got nowhere for the chains at all, but we do have an anchor. It's just on the side there, using a little anvil there for the chains there, and we've also got some iron bars. We've got the gun on there, which is one of these, typical, or what I used to do with these, which was, lots of fence gates coming forwards. I think this is a Jag Thunder design, if I remember correctly, something like that. I think I nabbed it from him, this kind of gun. But yeah, we got the small gun on there. Obviously got the bridge up there. Let's run down the side of this thing. There we go. Let's go up to the bridge. I love this. So if we go up to here, we've got a gun emplacement at the back here. Interestingly, that's what I've got on mine as well, all the way up here. But what you'll notice is there's only this little section here. And I think this is where I actually went wrong on the original. I put in this little bit here. There is this raised section, but again, mine is huge. This is huge compared to the tiny little one that I could see on a lot of the pictures and what I built in here. This is nothing. You could put some iron bars around that there, iron trapdoors around that though if you wanted to. But then, yeah, getting this whole little section here, I don't think exists. So that's always interesting. Instead I kind of pushed this right back. So I wonder, they're not looking at that much longer. It's actually looking pretty much exactly the same size. So I've obviously stolen some space from somewhere. It looks like the back section, actually, to be fair. So there we go. We've got that gun emplacement on the side there. And we also have a gun emplacement right next to the bridge. Now, this is on some of the ships. I didn't do it on my new version, but I had seen it on some of the Hunt class pictures where they've got like a gun, or what I think was a gun, on there. And of course, it's because it now also kind of not duplicates. It also is used as a patrol ship as well. So because of that, having two machine guns on the sides is pretty good idea. In terms of the bridge, they're actually relatively similar. Obviously this one is a lot smaller. In fact, this one is far bigger, like 5 blocks wide, and but 3 blocks going across and then 5 blocks at the back, and obviously the detail on the top and at the front as well. We did have walls back in the day. I feel like I'm like grandpa talking about back in the day of Minecraft, but yeah, 10 years ago we did have walls when I built that one. I think it was just the cobblestone wall, and it took a while for us to get others. But yeah, we didn't have stuff like end rods or chains or anything like that. But we can see the kind of difference between those two. Very different. I'm just gonna punch through this so they get nice and small little bridge in here. And then if we go up into this one, I'm just going to punch through. That's fun. This is huge. You know, it's much, much bigger than what I actually had on it. The mast, really different. I was, again, obsessed with just like, I was like, oh, put a mast on. And I loved Neverbrick. I don't know why. I just loved the Neverbrick fence. And I was just like, anything to do with anything antenna-like will have Neverbrick. So I used to just build these kind of structures out of here, have them plonked in there, put on a load of Neverbrick. Whereas, you know, like the more modern ones, I've gone really for the shape, tried to make it like angle in. Still not perfect, but then used iron bars. You know, looked more like what I was seeing in the pictures rather than this one, especially down the bottom here. You know, no slabs, no stairs, no nothing like that. And actually, let's talk about that. So this was one of my early ships where I was figuring out how to do kind of like the curved hulls. It wasn't perfect, as you can see up here. It's got a really big lip. Now with the Hunt class, that's because it does have this kind of, I don't know, I want to call it a border or something. What I ended up doing for this instead on the new one was just signs. I needed something that just stuck out, and it was only a little bit. Whereas back in the day, I was like, well, I'll put some blocks in because that'll get me to walk around the ship. Yes. So yeah, that's always interesting. But yeah, you can kind of see the difference in just the design, especially down here. You know, it gets really, really simple. And this is where I was just still learning how to shape these things. I started to get it more up at the top though, at least, which is good. But if we have a look at the newer ones, obviously we've got much more shapely, I want to say. Yeah, I'm going to go with shapely. That's going to be the word that we're going to use today. And obviously we got slabs and we got stairs. A lot of the time, you know, it took us quite a while to get those coloured slabs and stairs. But even like these days, you know, this bit right here, I just knock into there, you know. Simple little things like that. But back in the day, I couldn't see them. It was just a practice thing. You know, the more you do, the better you get at stuff. So yeah, there is that. So yeah, the front gun, obviously we were just chatting about that. This one, you know, I did upscale this for the Hunt class. Otherwise, it'd be like about 2 by 2 blocks. It's something like that. And I was like, nah, I'm going to do a really nice big gun. And it does have this like seat kind of thing on it. That's what it looks like to me. So I'm going with it. And it's only on one side as well. So we've got that. We've got the little border around it as well. I used buttons for those. Whereas on this one, I just used light grey wool. And the thing is, I could see like white and red pictures, but I couldn't see anything light grey wool when I was looking at my old one. And obviously we got the chains as well. And the little guard for the gun. Whereas, yeah, this one only has... Well, it's just got those slabs around it, really. So, I mean, it works, but it's, you know, a little bit more limited. So, yeah, that was the mast. Going on to, yeah, the funnel, there's nothing. It's not even open. So, yeah, it's just, might even be solid. There we go. No, it just goes straight into this little room here. So, I actually closed off that room, which is interesting, isn't it? Oh, no, that's literally that bit. Okay. Well, I just don't know what's going on with any of this stuff. There we go. And we can drop into here. I don't know where that is. We're going to have to go exploring, I think, guys. So there we go. We've got the funnel, whereas this one much smaller. I don't know why I angled this one. I could not find any pictures of it angled. So, I mean, you know, it's one of those things, isn't it? When you're just doing it early on and you're just looking at pictures and you're looking at them and you might see it like that, maybe, or like that, you might think it's angled, but actually, no, it's flat from everything that I could see. And then, yeah, the back little bit here. The biggest kind of change with this, I'm just going to set the time here. There we go. The biggest difference really, you know, not just this back bit here, but you know, we've got a way into this one. We've also got the little ladder going up the side, whereas this one had stairs. In terms of this little bit here, that actually looks relatively similar. I know they're completely different, but you know what I mean? They're kind of relatively similar. I just went with the bars here instead, rather than using fences. But I did think about doing fences, to be fair. It's just that it was such a small little space. That I didn't go with that in the end. So there we go. Right, let me try and clear that down. There we go. But yeah, biggest difference at the back, you know, what I actually found out, this is where videos on YouTube, if you guys are building ships, go for videos as if you can find them. You know, if it's an older historical ship, you're going to struggle. But there is still, you know, people that have collected together lots of pictures of ships for you. And that kind of gives you a bit of a good idea. But it was this bit, this cutout. I saw this on a video. There was some like dude chatting around about here. I saw this little cutout there, and then that got me to having a look at and like going like, what is that? Is that just like an open room? Have they just got not got a wall here, and then this is all covered over? And then I saw no, it's actually an open section, and it's got these little things in them. So yeah, that was an interesting thing. Whereas this one has got a boat on there instead, whereas actually a lot of the things that I saw had boats there, and they had 2 of the cranes. So I think, again, that's where from a picture point of view, I might have seen a crane and gone, I'll whack that in the centre there. So yeah, that was a big one. Also, the little bits of like sensory type things. These things, I don't know what you call them. They're like domes. I just went with, look, there you go. There's proof that we had cobblestone walls back in the day. A cobblestone wall with a bit of a white wall on top. And this may have been pre-quartz. How crazy is that? That's a long, long time ago. Whereas, on my one here, we've got lots of things. We've got these circular things. I'm pretty sure those are the lifeboats. Pretty sure they are. So you've got the small little ships that you can launch onto each of the sides and obviously get back up, which I quite like. I think that's cool. Let's go on to the this bit here. Oh yeah, I whacked in stairs. I couldn't see stairs on any of these, but I whacked in some stairs. So we got some stairs in here. And we just got stuff, literally just blocks. This is where I couldn't, again, research. That's one of the things that's really changed. Like I said, I spend time on it, whereas this one I would have just been like, I'll just plonk some blocks down. I can see some stuff here. I don't know what it is. I'm just going to go with light grey wool. I'll go with some iron there. Yeah, that's kind of what I went with for that bit. Oh, what's that going on there? Is that I guess it's supposed to be there. I don't know. Wonder if that's in the tutorial or not. That'd be interesting. But yeah, whereas this one, I was able to, again, videos, really good. Videos allowed me to see like these different things. So like this bit going off here, obviously grindstone's great, but then they can put things off there. These look like similar kind of things. I don't know what they are, but I could see those. And lots of other stuff kind of nestled all into this bit, and this also little section down there. But yeah, the only way really up is this little ladder. There isn't any stairs, so I couldn't see any stairs at all. Right, let's go inside the ship now. That'd be fun. Or should we do... Nah, we'll do underneath. Right, we're going to do underneath. So, yeah, so looking at the red layer, we've got 4 blocks here, and then we've got these big propellers. Huge propellers. These are the same propellers that actually I learnt from Jag Thunder, from his like battleships and things. I just shoved the same ones on there. Whereas these, very small, using wool instead. I'm still not happy with these. It's just because we've run out of space. We've only got 2 blocks under. But I wanted to make it more close to the actual ship in terms of how many blocks underneath the water it is. I actually even hid the black layer as well underneath the water, to be fair with this one. So you just get that really thin line. And that's when I was looking at the ships. That's all I could really see is just a little bit of the black layer. Whereas obviously this one, technically 5 blocks under. It's huge compared with 3. So yeah, that's another bit. And rudder, I mean, really simple. Actually, if we have a look at the back of the ship here, this was again when I was trying to figure things out. I wasn't too sure what to do on it. Whereas this one, completely different. You can see like the centerline bit, whatever that's called. Forgotten what it's called already. And then the roundedness, and that is helped by slabs and stairs. But generally, the shape isn't that different. You can kind of see what I was going for on both of these. Right, interior bits. There's not really any interior on these, but it's interesting to see what's going on. So what do we have around here? Okay, so that's the deck there then. Okay, so that's why when we had a look into this bit here, God, it's huge. We've got this whole thing going on. What is this? I don't know. It's huge. But yeah, we got the stairs on one side. Apparently, I didn't do the stairs on the other. Huh. But yeah, we've got this whole bit in here. Really big, quite spacey interior. And we've got this in here as well. So, it's pretty big. I don't know what that interior space is that we've got above it, though. That's what I'm really interested in. Oh, it's this bit here, isn't it? Yeah, of course. So it's that bit there. I just didn't put any doors on. So yeah, no doors. I didn't even notice that. No doors, no windows, no nothing. You just got... something, I guess, with these things anyway, you just figure out what you want to do with them. But yeah, that's what's going on there then. So really big interior space. Now let's see how cramped and horrible this one feels. So with this one, this is where it's much, much smaller to try and get it a little bit more close to the real ship. So, if we have a look inside, you'll notice, it's lighter, for one, because we've got windows. But it's so much tinier. Look, this whole thing going on here, I mean, this is cramped. So, yeah, I mean, this is the only thing that I didn't like. And I can totally get why back in the day I didn't like this. I would not have been happy with 1.5. I couldn't do 1.5. I wouldn't be happy with this. I mean, when you pop up into a door and you're finding it at 2 and then you have to crawl down. But, we've got that bit. And it's the same for the bit down here as well. This is all going to be exactly the same where you end up with just it being right under. There we go. So you get it right under to be 1.5. So that is, you know, a bit of a shame. This is where upscaling sometimes does help in Minecraft anyway. And then the rest of it obviously is a lot smaller. It's a lot less wide as well. So, you know, generally speaking, the old one is bigger. I mean, it's, you know, nice and easy to see that, but you know what I mean? It's interesting. But yeah, guys, I mean, I think this one's way, way better in terms of the detail, in terms of the time that I spent on it. But it's really interesting to see how I approach the same ship 10 years later. It's really weird. And I think a lot of it is research. A lot of it is, you know, spending that extra time on details. You know, not worrying about me going like, I need to get a video out this week. I need to smash this out today so I can then record the next 3 days or whatever it is. Then I can edit for a day. And that's what I used to do a lot of the time with these ones. I used to kind of push myself to get out videos. Whereas these days I'm like, now I'll get it right and then I can do the video because it will be a lot better. It'll look a lot better. It'll be a lot cooler. It'll be a lot more accurate. And I will be overall happier with it. And I definitely am. Even though the deck is going to be very difficult if I wanted to detail it. That's the biggest downside of it. But guys, let me know what you think in the comment section below. And also guys, let me know, what can I do better on this one, on the newest one? Is there stuff that you guys go, actually, you should do X, Y, Z? That would be awesome to see because, you know, I always want to get better at these kind of things. And yeah, it's always interesting to see, you know, you're always just on a path of improvement rather than you're not going to be perfect first time. So yeah, let me know about that. Also guys, let me know if there's any of my older builds, ships, planes, or whatever it is that you guys want to see redone. You know, redone, done from scratch. I guess done from scratch is probably better because that's exactly what I did with this one. And, you know, if I can get to it, I'll add it to the request list and we'll just see what happens. And also let me know if you enjoy these videos. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed. If you have, comment, like, and subscribe. If you really enjoy my content, guys, make sure to check out my membership program. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.